Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel.
Today we're diving into the best travel hacks of 2025.
Last year we shared some of our favorite travel hacks with you, but this time we've got a brand new list ready to go and filled with things we've picked up over the past year.
From game-changing products and apps to fresh ways to save money and make your trips even more smooth, we've got 5 categories of hacks to share with you.
So if you're ready to level up your travel game and make 2025 your best year of adventures yet, stick around because you won't want to miss this.
Let's get started. Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us. Our first category is my favorite, technology.
Since last year, the iPhone calculator now has a built-in converter.
This is a big one for travel because you can select from a long list of currencies that updates hourly from Yahoo Finance.
Make sure your phone is up to date and hit the bottom left button to toggle on convert.
It will also convert distances, weights, temperature, and more, which is convenient when I'm trying to use the thermostat in a hotel room and have no idea what I'm looking at in Celsius. Another technology hack that I've picked up is changing my lock screen on my phone. If you have important info that you're regularly referencing, such as confirmation numbers, addresses, a schedule, or even a list of currency conversions, type it out in a note, take a screenshot, and then make it the photo on your lock screen. That way, anytime you click the screen on, there it is.
Another tech tip is to make sure you're backing up your photos each night. In the event that your phone gets lost or stolen, and I've definitely been there, you still have the majority of your photos available to you.
If you're backing up to iCloud, make sure you connect to the hotel Wi-Fi, or this won't happen automatically overnight like it does at home.
Otherwise, you need to make sure the backup to cellular switch is toggled on in settings.
And if you're out of iCloud storage, text or email the good photos to someone or yourself.
Our new favorite app we found is Flighting.
This is a recap app that shows you what airlines you flew, the percentage of on-time flights, how many miles you flew, and how many airports you visited, and more.
It automatically adds and compiles all this data for you when you type in your flight number, and has a lot of other cool features as well.
We feel that tracking this info will give us better control over planning future trips and strategically picking what airlines and flights we want to take.
And it's fun just to look at too.
For sure.
TSA.gov is another website we've used this year. Specifically, they have a "What can I bring" search bar.
Here you can type in dry shampoo, for example, and it'll tell you whether it's allowed in carry-on baggage or in checked bags, and if there's any limitations, such as capacity.
I've also found that it's much easier than trying to sift through all their online articles.
And in the event a TSA agent says something, I can point out that their own website says it's allowed, but of course the agent does have final say.
Another change we've implemented to our tech travel setup is cord ties for electronics.
We used to just throw all of our cords in a bag, but they'd all get tangled, and it was really hard when packing to determine if we had too many or not the right kinds packed.
We started using these cord ties and rubber bands, and it's really kept us more organized.
Right. I'll leave a link in our description to our favorite ones. We like these ones that are kind of a slip tie, and we also have these ones that are more like heavy duty rubber bands. We'll leave a link in the description to the ones we like, but you could also just use regular rubber bands.
We've also started utilizing bookmark folders on our phones and computers for important sites.
We've bookmarked embassy finder sites, our travel insurance policies, airline customer service numbers, and credit card coverage websites.
This way, if we ever need them while we're on the go, we're not sifting through emails and doing Google searches to hopefully find the right info.
We've also made sure to set up our medical IDs on our iPhones.
In the event of an accident or emergency, first responders and hospitals will be able to see our medical conditions, allergies, medicines we're taking, and our emergency contacts.
It's also a way for someone to contact you if they find your lost phone and are kind enough to try and return it to you, since this info is available without the phone passcode.
Our next hack is for the readers out there.
If you're like me and love to read, you have to download the Libby app. This is a library app that lets you borrow books from libraries for 2 to 3 weeks for free. You can download them to your phone, send them to your Kindle or iPad or tablet, and either read or listen to audiobooks. You just input your library card number and start borrowing. I've used library cards from the past 4 cities we've lived in, but some libraries will give out cards purely for ebooks to anyone. The Broward County Library in Florida and Harris County Library were free last time I checked as well. And if you have any Department of Defense military affiliation, you can get a DoD library card too. I haven't bought a book in years, and my Kindle is so much lighter than a physical book to bring with me while I travel. So it's definitely one of my favorite things.
Yeah, and she definitely brings it everywhere. If there's downtime on vacation, 90% chance it's spent on her Kindle.
Right.
Our next category of hacks is things to take pictures of.
Our big one is to take a picture of your car.
Whether this is your personal car to remember what level or section you parked in at the airport,
or your rental car in a normal parking lot to remember what it looks like, we've started not relying purely on our memory.
we also make sure the license plate is in the pic in case there's ever an announcement to move a vehicle or it gets towed.
In the same line of thinking, I take a picture of our hotel room number or cruise stateroom number.
Yeah, we don't like keeping the key cards in the paper envelopes that you get from the front desk, because if you drop it, then someone has the key to your room as well as the room number written right on it and can potentially access your room.
We also take videos of anything we may be held financially responsible for.
When picking up a rental car, we do a complete video walk around of the outside of the vehicle and the inside.
We also try to show our watch, which shows the date and time.
That way, if a shady company tries to bill us for damage that was already there, we have some evidence to plead our case with.
We do the same thing with Airbnbs or home rentals, which unfortunately sometimes have scammy owners.
Our next category is charging devices.
We like to pack a surge protector.
So often we find that there's not enough outlets in our accommodations to charge all of our electronics, especially in older buildings.
This is also helpful because then you only need one adapter if the plug in another country doesn't fit our US plugs. So basically, I would just have the one adapter that fits the location we're using. I plug it into my surge protector, and then I now have 6 charging spots instead of having to rotate through like one charging space.
Beware though, many cruise ships don't allow these for safety reasons, and they'll take them from you and store them until the end of your cruise.
We always travel with a power bank.
It's an absolute must on long flights and travel days in order to keep our cell phones charged.
Not only are we using our phones more on travel days for entertainment, we will need them to arrange transportation after the flight and might need them to find and check into our accommodations as well.
Yeah, between all that and the fact that we use our cell phone cameras as our cameras while we're sightseeing, we would be in a situation where the batteries are dead when we get there.
I also sometimes use the power bank to charge my phone overnight if there's not an outlet next to the bed.
We'll link our favorite ones in the description, but we recommend one with at least 10,000 milliamp hours.
Right. I like the ones that also, like this one, will show how much percentage is left or have some kind of light indicating that it's either dead or fully charged, so I know whether or not I have to spend the time overnight charging them, because the ones with lots of milliamp hours do take pretty long to fully recharge themselves. We have also broken down and bought duplicate chargers for travel.
Yeah, instead of unplugging everything in our office and our nightstands every time we go away, we just bought a second set of chargers, and it's been a game changer.
Packing is so much faster when we can keep our electronics packed and ready to go.
We particularly like this foldable charger design for travel, and we'll link it in the description as well. As you can see, we get it out, it unfolds. The magnet's really strong and holds your phone up at a nice angle for you to see it. The little watch thing folds out of the back here to charge your watch. So you have your phone sitting here, your watch, and a base for AirPods all in one thing, ready to go. And it folds back up compact and goes back in its little travel case.
Right, and this one does have a big enough power block to actually charge your big new iPhones and devices. Yeah. A lot of the ones that we've tried before no longer work with either a case that's not MagSafe even, or have enough juice to basically charge your watch and your phone and your AirPods at the same time. So we do like this one.
Yeah, I definitely recommend looking to see what your charging requirements are as far as how many amps it needs to draw, and then verifying whatever charger you order meets those requirements.
Right. And as a side note, I've also started keeping a duplicate set of toiletries packed for travel too. It might not be as hard for guys, but it saves me tons of time to have a specific set of makeup, skincare, shampoo bars, a hairbrush, and a razor ready to go.
Our next category is hacks for saving money.
Our first hack is to rebook for price drops.
If you book refundable hotels or cruises, regularly check back in until the trip and see if the price has gone down.
And if it has, cancel and rebook a new trip at the lower price. I like to set a reminder on my phone for every 2 weeks or so that I remember to check back.
Google Flights also has an awesome new feature for price drops.
Right, it's their price guarantee, where if you do a search through Google Flights and click the link to book directly with the airline, it'll monitor for price drops. Then, after the flight occurs, you'll get an email asking, did you take this flight?
If you did, it'll ask you for your confirmation number and deposit the money into your Google Wallet, which you can then transfer to your bank.
It's so easy, and it's happened to us twice in the past month already. I love free, easy money, and the fact that it monitors the entire time and gives you the biggest difference in price automatically with no strings attached is awesome.
It's definitely a pleasant surprise for me the first time it happened.
Yeah.
Our next hack is to sign up for every loyalty program out there, and specifically to save the numbers in an easy to access place.
The points can really add up over time if you're using the same airlines and hotels over and over and over. And the key here is that you have to keep a note on your phone or computer easily accessible for whenever you're booking travel. I like to keep a Microsoft OneNote folder on their app while I narrow it down by airline, hotels, lounges, and security numbers in each different folder. That way, no matter where I'm booking, I can get to the numbers within 20 seconds or so. And if I have to get up or if I have to wait until I get home to find the number and check, I won't do it. I'll just book it, and that's leaving free money on the table.
We also like to notate who is the lead person for each brand.
Yeah, for example, Will has a Hyatt credit card and good status with them, and I have an IHG credit card and top tier status with them. So when we can only enter one person's number on a reservation, we do it with the person who has the best status, which is easy to track if you have it in a note.
Our final category is product hacks.
For laundry, we switched to these detergent strips. They're easy to pack and they keep your clothes smelling fresh and they don't spill like traditional laundry detergent.
They also don't take up a lot of space. As you can see, they fold up really small.
Right, we have just these tiny little travel-on single little strips if we are just doing one item of clothing, or basically a strip like these, which we keep in a little Ziploc, are good enough for an entire load of laundry, like in a commercial-sized washer.
Yeah, we can use them in the regular washer, laundromats, like however you're washing your clothes, even like this dry bag thing that you learned about.
Right, we got this hack, thank you, from one of our viewers, which is awesome. Basically, you just open up a dry bag, which is waterproof, and then you put the dirty items in the bag along with a detergent strip, and then you add water. Then you close it up so it's waterproof, snap it closed, and then you basically just shake it or rotate it a bunch and it cleans your clothes just like an agitating washer would.
Yeah, this is a great option if you don't have a lot of clothes to wash right now, you just really want to clean one or two items, you don't want to spend, a couple hours at a laundromat to take care of that one dress that you want to wash. It's also great for anything delicate that you would be afraid to put in those industrial strength washers in a laundromat. You can just hand wash it real gentle and easy in the bag.
Right, and then we have this Sea to Summit clothesline as well that we basically is so tiny and it hooks up into, you could attach it to anything in a hotel room or bathroom, and then it has these little beads that is cinched together to basically make a clothespin. So basically between this, we can do a whole load of laundry in our hotel room without a washer and for free. So basically, we take this everywhere. We use a dry bag for so many things, but it's definitely good for laundry as well. My other new favorite product is this pill container. I use one for small jewelry items that get lost in my toiletries bag, like earrings or rings or even small hair accessories, but I also use one to put my vitamins in so that I don't have to pack the very large bottles. It's the perfect size and I like how it slides to open so that it's fast to pack and the compartments aren't popping open all the time. I'll leave a link to this one from Amazon in the description if you want to check it out.
Another thing we pack if we know we're going to be staying in a hotel for a while is a mini dish soap bottle and a small sponge.
Hotels just rinse those glasses a lot of times, and if we're going to use them, I want to make sure they're actually clean.
It also allows us to wash water bottles and reusable snack bags that we travel with.
Right, so I even will cut the sponges in half sometimes if I'm just going to use a little one, but this doesn't take up too much room, and I find that we use it for random things more often than we think. Other products that you may have heard me talk about if you watched my packing for long-term travel videos are these two things. The first is over-the-door hooks. These are such a lifesaver when you need to hang up clothes to dry or there's just not enough towel hooks or you just want to keep bags off the floor. Basically, they'll just sit over a door, whether it's an interior door or an exterior door. There's two different, basically, sizes, and They're super lightweight and compact and cheap. They're like, I don't know, I want to say $10 for a pack of a bunch of them on Amazon, but they're super easy to just throw in your bag and then have a place to dry sweaty or wet from the rain clothes, or even if you don't want to pack the clothesline for doing laundry, this is a good option as well. And then the second is these collapsible bins that I use for the nightstand. Basically, they unzip and then fold flat, or this one has a little bit of like a bottom and then you can just collapse them, but they don't take up a lot of space and it helps me stay super organized. Like, it's so much easier to keep track of my car keys and my AirPods and the hotel key and like my medicine if I know where they're supposed to be stored at the end of each day when I come back to the room. So I really like these. I think they come in a pack of 3 on Amazon and they were like $15 or $10 as well.
Our next hack is not really a product, but has eliminated so many products from our packing list.
Yes, and that's getting LASIK.
In the past year, we've both had laser eye surgery, and it's been so nice not have to pack our contact lens solution and our contacts and trying to manage our prescriptions and everything else around our upcoming trips.
We both said that for the price, we should have skipped a vacation years ago and gotten this done because it's so much nicer sleeping on planes or trying to go camping and not getting an eye infection, which happened to me twice. That was kind of the catalyst for me to get this done. But surprisingly, it was not bad at all.
No, we were both honestly able to return to work within, we'll say, 24 to 48 hours of getting the eye surgery done.
Right. It's definitely less invasive and more affordable than it used to be as well, even though our insurance didn't cover any of it.
Yeah, in my mind, I thought it was still like it was years ago where it was, $10,000 or $12,000 an eye to get it done. And that's not really the case anymore.
Right. So if you also wear contacts, we'd recommend looking into this. Our last product hack is for if you travel with a straightener or a curling iron. I used to travel with this large heat-resistant pouch because it would often not have time to cool before it was time for me to pack it up. But the hack here is to put it in the mini fridge in your hotel room because then it cools down in like 10 minutes versus like the hour you normally have to wait. But make sure to set your alarm on your phone because it's super easy to forget if it's out of sight.
Thanks so much for watching. And if you'd like to check out our previous travel hacks video, we'll link it next.
And if you have any other hacks to share, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear them.
And make sure to subscribe if you'd like to wander the world with us.
Safe travels.